I want to welcome you and thank you for checking out the New Life Ministries International website. I'm Dan Backins, and I'm one of the directors here of this network.
And I'm Joseph Umidi, working for the last 10 years with Pastor Dan, trying to make this network something that can meet the needs in your life.
New Life Ministries International is a network. And one of the things that God has done the last 20 years or so is form networks all around the world. Where denominations have been used by God so well over the last couple of centuries, now God is developing apostolic and prophetic networks where like-minded men and like-minded women come from different backgrounds, different ethnicities, different streams in the church, and joins them together around a common goal. That's what New Life Ministries International is all about. We want to help grow ministers and help grow churches, and I'm pleased to be a part of that in your life.
Asking about the heart of the organization really depends on who you're asking. See different perspectives on that. But from my perspective, it's the heart of the Father. And it's really believing in people to their full potential, getting behind them. That's expressed in an apostolic network translocally, so we really believe in a missionary thrust as well as a church planting thrust, which expresses God's Father's heart in a healthy way to the communities that we're trying to reach.
One of the words that you hear a lot about in leadership is the word vision. Frankly, if a vision isn't clear to me, it is worthless. And we could have a large vision at Nlmi that's so broad that we don't know if we're hitting the mark. We work very hard to keep our vision narrow and our vision on point. And part of that vision is to church plant. We realize that the future of evangelism, the future of America's church, the future of the worldwide church requires excellent church planters. So we have a church planting school, actually, the Church Multiplication Center, to equip church planters through Nlmi, New Life Ministries International, to go around the world. That's a primary vision for us. A second part of that primary vision is to be a church that's multi-ethnic, multicultural, a church, we use the term trans-ethnic, so that not only do we have a vision to go out into the world, we have also a very clear vision to have different groups of people be able to really come together and forge an even stronger bond than they could if they were just by themselves. And because of that, have something to say to our culture.
It's not if, but when the day of evil comes, whether it's conflict or some kind of problems you run into, every leader hits the wall, every leader gets stretched. And so we exist so that when that happens, you have people that are already received by your congregation, by your elder team, and by other pastors to help you get through that. We want leaders to finish well, and we know that means getting over some major battlefields and battle zones. And so you really need a family and a tribe like us, not just when you start, but if you're going to finish well.
One of the things that I think makes Nlmi unique is that we have different streams and backgrounds in our network. We have churches that are small, churches that are large. We've got churches that are very missional minded. We have churches that are very transformational, locally transformationally minded. But what joins us together, I think, which is unique, is a common commitment to authenticity, a common commitment to integrity. I think it's a network that's going someplace. I believe it has a compelling vision. We're not interested in just staying where we're at. We want the best technology, the best coaching we can get, the best leadership development we can get, so that we can really answer God's call for this hour to be a network that impacts the nations.
I think the power of belonging is really critical, that you're celebrated for who you are and your uniqueness. There's no cookie-cutter approach like one size fits all. So we really do emphasize the unique dreams and calling and giftings and perspective on church planting and missional work that's coming out of a leader.
I think one of the values is we've talked a little bit about this, Pastor, about being longing to something bigger than yourself. When pastors get stuck and they need somebody to inspire vision, or you have an administrative challenge in your church for a pastor that's worked some of these things out, or maybe your church is going through a crisis or a conflict, to be able to rub shoulders with guys and ladies that have been there, done that, and can help you. It's not a network that's just ethereal or just values. It's a network that has very practical, we hope concrete kinds of things, things that you can take home into your local church and see your church change and grow from year to year.
I think a lot of networks do a good job at conferencing, but our job is to help healthy churches begin to grow, to help leaders really have fathering influence from apostolic fivefold ministry, and then to really emphasize the power of church planting, multiplication, both locally, regionally, and translocally. And in all of that, the opportunity to resource as well. So the value for someone being part of that is they get kind of a world-class influence in those quadrants, as well as networking and cross-pollinating with other networks as well. And we're all just kind of learning together, and everyone gets to be in a learning community when they're part of this one.
One of the most compelling and exciting parts of this network is a commitment to global evangelization through the sending out and receiving of missionaries and church planting internationally. And really at the heart of any vibrant network or vibrant church has to be a mission for the harvest. And we believe that we're living in days that God is causing an even increased passion for the lost. And so we're going to reach them through this network any way we can.
I think we've seen over the years so many young people emerge, worship, arts, intercession, creative ways to express this gospel. That's the power of God and salvation under the ends of the earth. We'd like for you to be part of checking this out and see if we can help you carry that stream and that vision as well. Be part of what we want to do, what you want to do, and kind of together make it something new and fresh before the Lord. God bless you.